Please, YouTube, just let me live. Okay. Please, just let me do this one stream. One last stream on this computer. Okay, so everything seems to be live again. So, what I'm trying to do is come over here and disenchant the Butcher's Axe. That gives me the Huntsman's Prowess achievement, which allows me to do extra damage to animals, which is fine, but I wouldn't use an enchanting slot on it. Honestly, I would rather... There are many other things that I can use that enchantment slot for. Even if I had the perk that lets me put 2 enchantments on the weapon, there are still 2 enchantments that are better than purely more damage to animals alone. So before I leave Whiterun, I'm going to come by the barrel that I've been using to stash stuff that I can't use or sell. I don't know that I'm ever actually going to be away from Whiterun for long enough for this to, for the inventory of this barrel to reset. But I guess we'll find out. So now that I've done, little tasks to start things off, I'm going to come to Skryim Mine now. That was actually our intended quest for this stream. I am not sponsored by Pepsi, but here we go. So as soon as the game loads in, I will be set upon by a few Forsworn that we ran past last time when we discovered Skryim Mine. Right behind me. I'll throw up an oak flesh.
Damn you.
Just so that their arrows do a little bit less. It almost tried to kill Pam there. Forsworn are also quite comfortable with dual wielding weapons, and dual wielding does a lot of damage. So with the oak flesh out, that guarantees that, or almost guarantees that I'll be able to handle them. I wasn't expecting him to run down here though. Usually he shoots arrows at you for longer. So I will use fast healing, and I'm going to stealth archer the mine. Just because it's safer. So I'll wait 1 hour, get all my magic back. I mean, if the wait command works, it's faster than just standing there letting my magic recharge. So we'll pop into Skryim Mine, wait for it to load, and there will be a guy patrolling right up here, or maybe a girl. A Forsworn in any case. I will miss because I always do. But then once they're... Alright, got him. That is one Forsworn taken care of. I would love that potion of True Shot, but... For the record, the potion that I decided I was going to make at my farm was going to be Fortify Archery, but I forgot to check the ingredients. So I know what potion I want to do. I don't remember the ingredients for it. I shot the force one who was further away, so that one decided to attack me. I think there's one more in this room. But that seems to be 50-50, honestly. I mean, I know there's supposed to be another one in this room, but they don't always seem to show up. So, I guess we'll find out. There's always some alchemical ingredients in that barrel. Last time it was more tapinella. This time it was white cap. Honestly, I prefer it being white cap. After so long searching for more tapinella to set up my farm, finding it in barrels seems like the game is just taunting me. Okay, so there's not another person in here, but there will be up here. There'll be 2 more people in this dungeon. There'll be this guy.
There's someone there.
And he didn't notice me right away, so I got some sneak experience out of that. I'll dodge his arrow. He'll miss me entirely, and I'll finish him off. I'm still muffled because muffle lasts for 3 minutes. But I will pop another one. There's one guy left in this dungeon. The Forsworn equivalent of a bandit chief. A Forsworn Briarheart. Now he's going to be walking back and forth along this corridor. And I want to be very sneaky. And I will wait for him. If I don't wait for him, then suddenly he'll detect me. Even if it doesn't look like he should be able to. I'll drop another save and move forward because I don't know where he is. There he is.
Someone there?
Okay, so I'll reload the quick save. I know he's coming. He is close. I got to rotate the horse. The game window didn't freeze. So he will walk to the left. He will turn and look in my direction, but he won't see me. Because I'm a sneaky boy. And then, after an unnervingly long amount of time, he will turn and start to walk. I will use my muffled, sneaky self, sneak up on him, and fail to pickpocket the Briarheart. It's okay. You can try again. 56% is not guaranteed. It's okay.
Never should.
56% is not 100%. It's not guaranteed. It's okay. Of course, pickpocketing only goes up to 90% unless the target is paralyzed, so.
Never.
Okay, now, I would think rolling a 56% chance 3 times you would have gotten it. Looks like an unlucky night. I hadn't failed any of the other times I tried to record this.
Never.
Not even once. And now I failed 4 times in a row. I'll wait a little bit longer. Alright, successful. If you are successful, the Briarheart just dies. Briarhearts are dangerous enemies and very likely to kill you. But if you can sneak up on them and pickpocket their heart, they'll just die. No need for a fight. That is my favorite way to kill them. It is not uncommon for me to clear a Forsworn camp by sneaking through to the end of it, pickpocketing the Briarheart to kill them, and then make my way backwards through the camp. That's in fact my favorite way to do a Forsworn camp. think I'm only hitting that like 1 in 6 times. Adjust the angle so I'm hitting the ore vein instead of the piece of wood above it. So Kolskager Mine is just a filthy rich gold ore trove. When I am power leveling smithing, I make sure to use all of the gems I have accumulated up until that point, along with gold and silver ore, in order to uh, get the highest value out of the items as possible. And chances are, just because of probabilities, you'll have way more of the gems that are linked to silver ingots as opposed to gold. The gold ore you get from a run through of Kolskager Mine is likely going to give you enough ingots to get through any gems you have that use gold ingot in smithing, which is why I have the mod that makes you turn all iron into silver before any silver gets turned into gold, because it just works better with the way I level mining, or level smithing. Mining is not a skill you can level in Skyrim. I'm thinking of Fantasy Life again. I'm like 1 day's play of 100%ing Fantasy Life on my 3DS. Well, my 3DS is downstairs right now. I am streaming Skyrim. There's just so much gold ore in this mine. I love it. I'm getting lots of rubies too. A part of me wants to level up my so that I can get, you know, rarer and more valuable gems. But the issue with leveling up right now is I would want to use the perk points to get elven and dwarven smithing. But as my smithing is not actually at level 30 yet, I can't get those perks. So I would level up, and then by getting my smithing up to level 30, I would probably end up with another level up. And I would have to use more levels up to get the... I mean, in the end, it's the same number of levels up. It's just that for some reason, something in my brain tells me not to level up in this game unless I'm fighting a boss. And then I fight the boss and just die over and over again instead of using my level up. As you'll see in like 10 minutes, I'm going to have been talking about this and I'm still going to screw it up. In any case, I got the gold here in Kolskager Mine. I will drop a hard save here, so that even if the stream starts breaking, I've at least completed Kolskager Mine, and I won't have to play it in a 4th consecutive attempt to stream this game. I am, for the moment, done with Kolskager Mine. I mean, I'll come through it over and over again, but I don't know if it was an official patch or if it's the unofficial patch. But something changed it so that once Pavo and Gut go back to Kolskager Mine, they'll stay there and stay alive rather than Forsworn respawning there eventually. Things like that are why I installed the Lawbringer mod eventually. Because I like... if I clear out a bunch of bandits, I like it to mean something. I mean, I guess it is more lore friendly to have bandits repopulate those camps occasionally. The political climate of Skyrim, political, economic, all the problems going on in Skyrim, it would be lore friendly that more and more people would be turning to becoming bandits and then joining up and retaking those camps. But I don't know. I wanted to have a little bit of a different experience.
The Greybeards
So I'm
have
gonna get
summoned the
one
Dragonborn to
iron
Isle
ore
of
from
Skryim,
that vein,
Forsworn.
and now
Only
I'll
a
talk
matter
to
of time before
Skaggy
they hit here too.
Scarface. What's all this about the Forsworn?
Seems Cole Skager mine got hit by Forsworn. Those madmen get more bold every season. Pavo and Gat are the only survivors.
Yeah.
I'll be sending word to the Jarl about this, but I don't know when help will come.
What if I took care of the Forsworn?
I'm sure Pavo would be grateful, and we'd all rest a little easier. But that's nonsense. You can't handle a group of Forsworn by yourself. If their axes don't get you, your magic will.
You didn't use magic on me. Do you own this mine?
That I do. If you want to grab a pickaxe and dig up some iron, feel free. I'll pay for anything you bring me.
And I will sell him the one iron ore I picked up.
I'll buy everything you've dug up.
And now that we're
All
friends,
I've
I
the
can take
hardest
this
worker
iron
in
ore.
left hand. Better than any man.
Hope Pavel will be able to go back to his mines.
Pavo is right over here.
Everyone needs a home.
Kolskiger mine is lost, friend. Forsworn killed everyone.
Is this your mine?
Skaggy is in charge, not me.
Oh, by the way, Kolskiger mine is clear of Forsworn.
You drove them off? By yourself? Thank you. We'll head back to work right away. Take this. It's the least I can do.
And he will give me a hefty purse of gold. And he and Gat will go back to Kolskiger mine. In time. If I ran straight there, I would probably beat them back. So now I'm going to head in this direction. And I'm going to discover several Forsworn camps along the way. But I'm heading towards Soljan's Sinkhole, which is another mine in the Reach. This is the mining and smithing episode, primarily. Because if you've been watching recently, you have no doubt noticed that my armor and weapons are not quite holding up. And it is well past time for me to upgrade. I am going south. I don't want to go south. Soldier Sinkhole is to the east. This is not my favorite way to go to get to Soldier Sinkhole. That's another road that leads this way a little bit further to the north, but I'll at least discover a few places here. This is a Forsworn camp called something. Reachwater Rock. That's the one. I want to ultimately head towards those two TP looking things on the navigation bar. I don't know if I have to go up the mountain. I think I have to go up the mountain to discover this place. And that's just too far out of the way. Almost looks like a spot I can mine. There's something along the river here somewhere. A boat that has a flawless of each type of gem. I know it's at one of the bends of the Karth River. I don't know if it's this particular bend. My knowledge of Skyrim is vast, but it's not perfect. In any case, this is where I wanted to go. So I'll come up into this camp and discover it. And it is the Spire camp. Please pop quickly before I get attacked. Spire camp.
Never should have come here.
Excuse me. And then I'm going to come up in this direction and discover the adjacent location, which is just Spire. This location is eventually an important part of the main quest. I went the wrong way. Ow. Excuse me. And Crossfire discovered. Okay. Now I'm gonna come over this way and make my way up to Sojin Sinkhole. I took some fall damage, so I'll heal that off real quick. And they'll want to follow me, but most of them will give up when I get over this hill. They're not too persistent. There's Old Hrolden Inn over that way. So if you're looking for a place to sleep, if you're not a liar like me and actually did turn on survival mode. I said I was going to and I keep forgetting. And then I do something where I'm like, I don't want survival mode on right now, that won't be fun at all. I get my bow ready. And as I approach, Perth will come over and talk to me.
Whoa there.
No, not
I don't know where
the
you're going.
Australian
Stay out of
city.
that mine. It isn't safe.
This miner named Perth. The mine isn't safe? Why?
We tunneled into an old Nordic crypt. The whole place is crawling with Draugr. We're not mining up any ore with those undead around, so I wouldn't go down there if I were you.
I'll handle those Draugr for you.
You're joking, right? Those bone walkers will tear you limb from limb.
Eh.
But if you want to get yourself killed, go ahead.
I have main character powers. I'll just come back to life. If Leroy were here, I'd be asking him questions about Perth. But so I'm gonna get Soul Trap ready. There are some Draugr right over here. I still don't have the necessary conjuration level or the magical pool to cast Soul Trap twice. Oh, second hit did a lot more damage than the first. I don't actually have to come into this room to clear the dungeon technically, but most of the moonstone ore that I came to this dungeon for is in this room. So before I leave, I'll make sure to clear out that area. But for now, I will drop another save because I'm about to jump down this hole. There's a wooden pole there that I completely missed, but you want to land on it to reduce the fall damage. This Draugr has a shield, but if I power attack, I'll stagger him. And that guy's not too bad. I was going to use Soul Trap on them, but I needed to use my magic to, not die. Some bone meal. And there's a Draugr over there that's been waiting for me. A restless Draugr, in fact. I'll just take him out quickly. There's another one that's gonna be coming soon. Should be just around this corner. I'll hit him with an arrow for a sneak attack. And then I will unsneak, back up, soul trap, and kill. Fill a lesser soul. After a session of power leveling smithing, I usually power level enchanting with the jewelry I made. So getting these soul gems filled is important. The lever in the middle of the room surrounded by candles, that's not the lever you want to pull to stay alive. Pull the levers to the side and the way forward will be clear. I probably didn't need to tell you that, but just in case you thought maybe it's a trick and I'll just pull the middle lever. Okay, but don't say I didn't warn you. So there's another restless Draugr with a big weapon right here. I want to kill him fast. Another Draugr here. It's a regular one. This one is stuck on the table there. So I'll just wait for my Magicka to come back so that I can soul trap him too. That's not cheating, that's using the art of the terrain to give yourself an advantage. If they get stuck on the table, that is not my fault. Salt pile there. Plenty of burial urns on this table. Magic of poison that I can't take. This other table is better though. It's got a giant's toe, it's got frost salts, it's got some Falmer ear. Giant's toe, some garlic. Giant's toe, for what it's worth, can be used to, depending on what you have installed in the way of bug fixes, either the most valuable or the second most valuable potion in the game. I think there's a chest down here. Some gold and a soul gem. The most valuable potion is, I believe, Giant's Toe, Creep Cluster, and Wheat. But if you don't have any mods that claim to fix bugs from Hearthfire DLC, then it is Salmon Roe, Garlic, and Nordic Barnacle. There's a quirk in the game code that made Salmon Roe extremely valuable in potions. There's a trap there. Shot poison arrows. It's not a big deal. It made Salmon Roe extremely valuable in potions and inflated the value of potions using it a whole heck of a lot. Some bug fixes that fix potentially uninfected game mechanics are frowned upon by the community. Fortify, Rest of Loop, Vampire Necromage, things like that. I feel like reducing the value of Salmon Roe was probably a good idea. So, this Draugr. Oh, this Draugr. So much frustration from this Draugr. And it's not even necessarily the Draugr himself. It's those pillars behind him that are going to shoot fire at me through this whole fight. But this Draugr also, being a boss Draugr, has shouts that will disarm you. So I just dropped my bow. He also has unlimited healing. I mean, he will just heal constantly, with no apparent limit to how much he can heal. Meanwhile, I am limited by my Magicka pool and my right trigger not working, so I don't even swing at him. There is absolutely no shame in turning down the difficulty when you're fighting this guy because he is absolutely broken. Every now and then, one of the fireballs will hit him instead of you, and that's nice. But there is nothing about him that is fair. And I am going to not make a liar of myself. I am going to level up. So I'm going to go up to 200 magicka, and then I'm going to do, or 200 health. And then I'm going to do a 2-to-1 health to stamina until I have at least 150 stamina. So I'm now level 23. And I'm going to do things that are going... I have 10 perks to use. I'm going to do a few things that help me right now. Fighting stance makes my power attacks with one-handed weapons take 25% less stamina. I'm also going to put 2 more into Agile Defender and Custom Fit, so I get an extra 25% armor bonus. And now that I'm doing a bit more, or I'm at least using less stamina for my power attacks, and taking less damage, and I have more health. Let's see if I can take this guy now. But there's that healing again. Leveling up doesn't stop him from healing. I can stagger him if my shots don't get eaten. But he's still just healing constantly. I want to kill him fairly, but I don't feel like it would be out of the realm of fair to just turn on God mode for him. If he can heal infinitely, that's basically his form of God mode. So I'm going to be God too. And let's see what happens when 2 gods fight in Skyrim. Half the time I'm not even doing damage to him. I don't see his health bar moving. The fireball does more damage to him than I do. So the least I can do is make sure that he is between me and was shooting the fire so that it hits him sometimes. But he's going to continue to heal. It's not like he has healing potions in his inventory. He just gets to heal whenever he wants. So as a consequence of using God mode, I did not soul trap him. He has a frost damage enchantment on his weapon. If you've done Bleak Falls Sparrow, you would already have frost damage from the boss Draugr there. I can't take any of the other stuff. As soon as he dies, the pillars will stop shooting fire, so at that point you are safe in this room. I will switch now to my pickaxe, and we'll collect the moonstone ore veins in this room. There's a few of them. Moonstone ore is a quite rare ore type, and it's a particularly useful type of ore. Not only do you need it for elven weapons and armor, but you also need some of it for glass, even though the primary material for glass is malachite. You'll still need some moonstone. So this Soldian Sinkhole being a moonstone mine is a very important location for a fairly rare mineral type. There is one location that throughout it has more moonstone ore veins, but it's a later area within the College of Winterhold questline, which the College of Winterhold is, if you're using their clothes and robes and such, you're probably not terribly interested in smithing. Though if you get your enchanting high enough, then why not use armor and enchant it to have effects as good as the robes anyway. So now that I've cleared out that area and defeated the last Draugr, I'm going to come back to that first room I was in and collect the moonstone ore veins here. I may or may not be able to collect all of them by swinging my pickaxe like this. It's possible that one of the Draugr died in such a way that I have to use the auto mine button. I do not need a shovel. It is just junk. I can't use it for anything. No one asks for a shovel at any point. No one asks you to help bury a body. So, if there aren't a lot of people in Skyrim, I would be willing to help bury a body. I would take the more approach of, don't tell me what you're doing, because if I don't know, then I can't tell. Nordmead is an exception to all the rules. This is Skyrim, I can always take Nordmead and do whatever I want with it. So I have 15. I feel like I'm missing an ore vein. And in all likelihood, I probably am. But I haven't gotten the candlelight spell yet. And while there are some lanterns in here... Wait, this is the torch sconce. No, it's not. I thought that was one of the torches I could grab off the wall. But no, these are not those types of torches. So I have the torches, I have no... I don't have the candlelight or mage light spells to create a light source. And I don't know that changing my screen brightness would do anything either. I mean, yes, it would be lighter, but it would be the whole screen being lighter. So I'm going to say that I'm good for now. I was assuming I was going to have to buy a fair bit of extra moonstone anyway, so I'll just do that. So I'm going to come over here to this miner's house where Perth and his mining cohorts live.
I trust you're not planning any trouble. What can I do for you, friend?
Yo, Perth.
I hear talk about a regiment coming to clear the crypts out. We'll see if that happens.
I cleared the mine of Draugr.
You did? We were waiting for the Jarl to send an entire regiment to clear that mine. Now we can get back to work. Thank you.
I'm not going to sell
Until
him my
next time.
moonstone ore. It would give me a lot of money, but no. While I'm thinking about it, turn the difficulty back up. And they will. Again, I think it's part of the unofficial patch. Draugr should not come back. I leveled up, so here's the courier.
Your hands only. Let's see here. There's a new museum opening up in Dawnstar. The owner is asking me to hand out invitations to travelers.
It's level 20.
Looks like that's it. Got to go.
And only the museum pamphlet? I thought I was going to get something else. It's okay. So now I'm going to drop another save, and I'm going to pop over to my farm. Hang on just a second. I want to discover a couple other locations here. Broken Tower readout is a location I want for its as it's necessary for a I've been focusing mostly on quests that give me permanent effects like the speech leveling for uh, the Bard's College, the magic resistance, the increased potency of healing spells, smithing increase, stuff like that. There is a quest like that related to the Temple of Dibella in Markarth, and Broken Tower Redoubt is the location I need to go while working through that quest. So if I can find it now and just travel to it when I do that quest, then it saves me a little bit of time later. I am weary in this part of Skyrim. I don't know exactly why, but the rare times that my game crashes, it's usually in this area. I don't know what it is that my system in the past has not been able to handle in this area. It's not right this spot. It's not like the Sundered Towers. It's a vampire area over in that direction where it usually crashes. And like I said, I have no idea why. It's just the way things are. So yes, this is a Broken Tower readout. I'm going to do a quick save so that if I fall farther than I expect, I won't die. But this is the top part of the dungeon. Very end of it. The boss is just around. The boss is inside that door. That person will probably respawn. The people out here will probably respawn by the time I get back. But just in case I can make this a little bit easier on me later, I'll go ahead and kill them now. Well, kill them or run away if they're doing too much damage. Since I did turn the difficulty back up. Yeah, there's a looter behind me using dual wielding. I'll book it out of here. I will return and have my revenge. Eventually. So I will travel to Golden Hills Plantation. I've been sick for a while, so people are concerned about when to stream tonight. I think that's going to make me more sick. Okay, so I'm here, the battle music is still playing. It's annoying. So it's 7, almost 8 p.m. So my people are probably in the bunkhouse that I graciously created for them. You're welcome, peasants.
What do you need, my friend? If you're heading to Kynesgrove, stick to the road. Some pretty dangerous caves between here and there.
I'm here to collect the plantation's profits.
Very good, sir.
6,030 gold. So that puts me above 13,000. You know what? While I have perks to increase and know some things I want to use them on, let's put a couple perks into alchemy. And a couple perks into enchanting. The first two there. I'll want to do both elven and dwarven. I'm going light armor for this character, but dwarven, the what's the word I'm looking for? The abundance of dwarven metal makes dwarven a helpful thing to be able to craft, especially if you need to craft your own arrows. I am going to Solitude right now because the enchantment that I want for power leveling enchanting can be found most easily by coming here. I'm going to Radiant Raiment. Like smithing and alchemy, the amount your enchanting skill goes up is based on the value of the enchantment, and at higher levels of enchanting, the most valuable enchantment is Fortify Sneak.
Oh, what
But with
delight.
weaker
Another
soul gems
charming
and lower
clothes and
levels of
raiment for the
alchemy,
discerning customer.
the most lucrative is water breathing. It's more valuable with weaker enchantments because it does not have a magnitude on it. It's either you can breathe in water or you can't. The same is true for Muffle, but it's not as valuable as water breathing. So I'm looking for something here that has water breathing on it. You can see how much that ring of sneaking costs. If a shopkeeper doesn't have what you want, or you want to reset their gold so you can sell more stuff to them, you can save, attack them, and then reload your save. You do not have to kill them. A lot of people will say you have to kill them. Any attack, no matter how much damage it does, will reset the inventory.
Clothes and raiment for the discerning customer.
So now she will have different items. I'm not going to try this too many times. If she doesn't have the water breathing now, I'll reset one more time to try, but I'll stay too long. 20% sneaking, that would be nice to have. I did not see.
Thank the gods for the end of yet
I
another
already
quest.
saved, since I didn't buy anything, I don't have to save again.
Take a look.
And I still do not see water breathing, so I'll put a cap in it for now, and I'll just wait until, hopefully, I get it later on. I just won't power level enchanting yet. I talked at some point about having a document on my computer for various enchantments and Stones of Baron's Eye and spells and all of that. And I did save it to my iCloud drive to have for this character. But my iCloud drive storage is full, so it hasn't synced. Which really hasn't been a problem in the past. I don't know why my iCloud storage suddenly got full, but I'll look into it another time. I don't want to pay for more. Though it's just, what, like $1 for 50 gigabytes? In any case,
Divines bless you. May the ground you walk quake.
we're moving on. So I will go back now to Whiterun. And we are going to start leveling up my smithing skill to a massive degree. So I'm going to need my iron, my silver, my gold, and any gemstones that I have. And I have my transmute spell that I got from Halted Stream Camp that will enable me to turn my iron into silver, which is why I need the iron.
You've been a good friend.
As for other things, ingredients, skill books, I left a skill book in
Damn those great
Soldier's Sinkhole.
They want to back the
I think it's a light armor skill book. Join a Brit's
Honored
Last
to
Dance.
see you again, my Thane.
In any case, I'll actually hold on to the Frost Salts. There's a quest I can do involving those. Someone in Kynes Grove wants them. Do I have any interesting? No, nothing there. Do I have any other skill books with me? I have the Code of Malakath that I was going to read. I did read? I did read it, but I don't know if that was for a stream that I decided not to keep. I'll put it away for now, and I'll look over my recordings and see if I put it on stream. In the meantime, I will grab the Mysterious Akavir, the Arcturian Heresy. I don't believe I've read. Yeah, I haven't read that one. Okay, so I'm going to put away my filled soul gems. I've got the lesser there, and a couple petty there. My carry weight is exceptionally high, and I know that a good amount of that is the ore. Mammoth snouts weigh a lot too. Venison also carries 2 each. But I don't think I have anything besides what I need in here. Well, I don't actually have the elfin smithing yet, so I don't need the moonstone ore in my inventory right now. Or a steel ingot, come to think of it. But I will pull out all of my gemstones. And all of my gold. I took an iron ingot, which I don't need. Rubies, silver ingots, silver ore. I'll take out 5 of the wolf pelts. I tend to keep no more than 10 of a particular type of animal's pelt. I just don't see any need to have like 100 wolf pelts. No sapphires yet? Oh, that's disappointing. It's something I make every time. If I don't have a sapphire, then I can't make it. So I will sleep for 13 hours because my boy Elizabeth has had a long day and deserves a nice long sleep. And is now well rested.
I am your sword
Uh,
and your shield.
One other thing I should do, and if you're power leveling smithing, you should do this too.
Long life to you.
Take a quick trip over to the Guardian Stones. I bet you thought I was going to forget. And I very nearly did. But I had gone back to the Guardian Stones to change it over to the Thief Stone. Because I was sneaking and stealing and archering all over the place. Alchemy and so on. So that made the Thief Stone the most reasonable one to carry with me. But smithing is governed by the warrior. So if I'm going to be leveling up smithing, I should switch over to the warrior stone to get 20% faster smithing gains. So I will switch back to the warrior. There is an item that allows me to have multiple stones. What I usually do with that one is I tie the lover stone to that item so that I can, because the lover stone makes everything increase 15% faster, but it removes the ability to get rested, well rested, and lover's comfort bonuses from sleeping. So what I'll do is I'll tie the lover stone to that, get a guardian stone, get my well rested bonus, and then equip that to have a guardian stone, a sleeping bonus, and the lover stone bonus all stacking and get massive skill gains that way. But I'm not there yet. Right now I get my warrior stone and my well rested bonus I believe wore off because I traveled. But I will get it back in just a moment. I'll sleep 1 hour. The lover's comfort bonus I mentioned is what you get by sleeping in the bed in the same house as your spouse, but we are not married, so I cannot get the lover's comfort bonus right now. I can get married, it would not take very long, and there are people who would already agree to do so. But, I don't know. At some point. There will be love in Skyrim someday. Let's do some mashing to turn all my gold ore into ingot. I do need a piece of gold ore for a fetch quest, but smithing is more important. So come into jewelry. I can make nothing. I can make absolutely nothing. I do not have enough I do not have enough gems for anything that requires gold. Well, that's terribly disappointing. I'll still be able to get up to 30 smithing just by silver alone. But gosh, this is not nearly as much as I was hoping it was going to be. Let's turn all of my silver ore into ingots. So I'm going to start with the most valuable, which I know is going to be silver emerald. No, I have a flawless emerald. I know I do. Where the hell does it go? Or did I have to reload after getting it? Something is going on with my gems. I don't know. I feel like I had more gems. Did I put them somewhere else? I got the flawless emerald near Niece's cabin. Did I not? Did I sell it? I could have sold it. It's possible I sold it to Lucan Valerius.
What do you need, my thing?
I don't know what's happening to my gems.
Honored to see you again, my friend.
Well, I'll use what I have. Got a bunch of ruby. Can use those. Smelter is not going to help me right now. Blacksmith Forge. So the most silver amethyst rings are 180. Garnet is 160. Silver ruby is 260. That is the most I can do right now. As you can see, my smithing is still going up plenty fast. I reached level 30. Before it gives me the level up, I'll pop in here. Grab the elven smithing and the dwarven smithing. And my smithing skill will continue to increase. But because I jumped in there before it got high, or it's possible that I'm not going to get a level up off of those smithing increases anyway. So I'm going to open up transmute, and transmute right now takes 84 to cast, and I have 75 magicka, or I have 150 magicka, so as it's more than 75 I can not cast it twice at once. I have 8 flawless garnets. What do I use flawless garnets with? Is it not? How did I miss the silver jeweled necklaces? Wait, I have 8 flawless garnets. I see them right there. And yet in the jewelry page, and I come down here, it doesn't say I have any flawless garnets. Speaking of their silver, doesn't say I can make the silver jeweled necklace. What is this? It's because I have a quest one in my inventory. A stolen flawless garnet. That's probably why it's bugging out. Let me go return that to at the Thieves Guild and see if that fixes it. I'm going to guess that's what's causing the issue. I have a stolen quest one in my inventory, and it's making the smithing screen flag them all as quest items. We're bug fixing Skyrim in real time. Shame no one's here to chat about it. I mean, according to Twitch, I have 1 viewer.
Wanted to say something to you.
Or maybe it's counting me as 1 viewer because I have it open on my phone. Who knows? If you're watching on Twitch or YouTube, thank you for being here. I appreciate even my lurkers. So,
All eyes are on you, lad.
talk
Don't
to
disappoint us.
Delvin. He's one that
So,
gives me
you're
fishing.
leaving,
Couldn't have done it better myself. Here's your coin.
much to me.
Ah, Jim, you'll look. Thank you for chatting.
Bloody good timing. Just, I've got a mark who's just got an item from. Here's everything you need.
It's one thing to say
You
you've
get
got the
cool.
skills.
Out with it.
But we've never
Here's your
heard of
gold.
It's another
Try not to
question.
spend it all in one place.
If I'm here, I'll at least
Okay,
get a couple
what'll
more.
it be?
Ah,
We've been trying to get this item for a while.
Thorsten
Whatever.
Polsky
Just get it
and
done.
Wind
A long
Helm.
time
Here's
since
the
anyone
job.
joined us.
And
Seems like people are in a rush to leave.
Treasury House. I mean, I'm kind of leaning into the uh, ubiquitous stealth archer, but I'm trying to no, get up close sometimes. I'm working on my light armor and my one-handed as well, just so that it's a little more. I feel like stealth archer isn't exactly the most enjoyable thing to watch, so I want to have a little bit more melee combat. I'm sorry to hear that, Dark Souls. So are your adventuring days over?
Looking for my husband, Nazim? Check the Jarl's backside. That's usually where he stuffs himself.
You're someone who can get things done. Have you met my father? He's a steward up at Dragon's Reach.
What
One
do
of
you
my
need?
friends recently. I on this file yet I have not yet met Party Snacks, but I do always look forward to meeting him for the first time. One of my friends recently gifted me Dark Souls Remastered, and I played for a few hours. I look forward to playing it some more. I have played Souls-like games in the past, but I've not actually played Dark Souls itself. So it's nice to get into, the original thing. I played Sekiro, and that's why I have as many gray hairs as I do. That and Zelda 2.
I've been looking for you.
Another
Got
courier.
something. It's from.
Ah,
Looks
I've
like that's it. Got to go.
far enough removed from doing Wolf Skull Cave that
Got some good pieces
Falk
out here.
decided
if
to
you're
send me
looking to
another
buy.
letter.
More inside.
So now that I turned in that flawless garnet, I'm going to see if I can now make some silver jeweled necklaces and get my... Yes, I was correct. That fixed the issue. And I'll use the rest of my rubies as well. Who's that Vindava?
Be careful!
Croesus. Oh, thanks for stopping by. I will put away most of my stuff. And I'm going to look at the forge to try and remind myself what I need for an elven bow, a
I don't
sword,
claim to be the best
and the
blacksmith in
armor.
Whiterun. Yorland Greymane's got that armor. Man steel is legendary.
So for the
All
bow,
I
I
ask
need
is a
a
fair chance.
quicksilver ingot and 2 refined moonstone. And for the sword, I need iron, moonstone, quicksilver, and some leather strips. So I will quickly turn my wolf pelts into leather and get some leather strips out of it.
Have you met my father? He's a steward up at Dragon's Reach.
I'll make the weapons real quick first
What do you need,
because
Buffet?
I am lamenting my lack of damage output. I am 1 quicksilver short of being able to do what I want. 1 quicksilver ore short to being able to smelt. I know I move around a lot, it's just
I help my... Take a look.
something I do. So does she have a quicksilver ore or an ingot straight up? She does have an ingot, I will take the ingot.
Don't forget to check inside the shop if you
That's
need
why I stopped by the plantation so that any cases of needing to buy ore that came up, I'd be able to do so. So I will now make an elven bow and an elven sword. So I have weapons now. Now, I'm a little confused, and I've never gotten a straight answer from this anywhere, of whether the elven gilded armor, which has a higher armor rating than regular elven armor, is considered part of the elven armor set as far as the fitted set light armor perk is concerned. I do not know the answer to that, which is why I don't make elven gilded armor every time. Apart from the fact that the gilded armor also takes more quicksilver ingot, and I want to save those for weapons usually. So I will not make elven armor first. I'll try to do more research on that unless a viewer knows the answer for sure. I'm not going to get the Brawler's Elven Gauntlets either. But I will make the helmet, gauntlets, and boots. So I need another iron ingot. I need iron ingots for all of them. And I only have 2 iron ingots in my storage.
Got some good
But Adrian might have
blades,
more.
helmets, pretty much anything to suit her needs.
I'm just going to buy all of her iron ingots. I'll need it for building
Don't forget to
houses
check
later.
inside the shop if you need anything.
So it doesn't hurt to have it now. So I'll make boots. I need more leather strips for gauntlets. I'll make the helmet. I will turn another leather into strips and make the gauntlets. It wouldn't hurt to potentially make an elven shield as well. For those occasions where I'm now in combat. So, base level, the elven is equivalent to what I'm getting from my leather scout armor. So, my armor rating there did not change. However, I have the elven smithing perk now, which allows me to improve my elven twice as much as I could before. So, for that reason, there's no perk related to leather crafting, but there is to elven, so I can improve the elven armor more than I can the leather armor. So base armor is equal, but I can make it much better. I can also get much more on these weapons. The elven sword, as is stronger than my fine steel sword by a significant amount. I never actually remembered to pick up my imperial bow off of the floor in the boss room of Soldian's Sinkhole, but I can assure you that the elven bow is also stronger than my improved imperial bow, so it's not a major loss.
Nope. Sorry.
As I'm not using that
Yourself.
elven armor,
Looking to
or
protect
that
yourself,
leather
or
armor
deal some
anymore,
damage?
I will sell it to you. Adrian, if I decide I want leather scout stuff again, I can make
I'll
more.
take my...
Just more smithing experience for me. So, I hate looking at my phone during a stream unless I'm checking to see if I'm still streaming. But I want to know the answer about that elven gilded armor. So, elven gilded armor fitted set. See if this Reddit thread answers my question. Or if the Reddit thread is actually asking my question. That does not answer my question. That actually raises more questions. Elven mining. This tells me the additional places where Moonstone is. But I already know that. I look it up all the time. Higher, better quality than leather, but lower than scaled. Lightest set of armor. Any combination of Elven and Elven Light armor qualifies for the matching set perk. However, Elven Gilded armor does not match any of the other pieces. Therefore, for characters who have unlocked the matching set bonus, the Elven Gilded armor cuirass is effectively of lower quality than Elven armor cuirass. This was fixed by the official Skyrim patch version 1.9. Any combination of Elven, Elven Light, and Gilded armor now benefits from the matching set perk. So, if I make the Elven Gilded armor, which is of higher protection than the regular Elven armor, it will still do the matching set bonus because I do have, of course, the latest version of the game. That being said, does it look better? I mean, gilded just means plated with gold, which means it should be less effective than elven armor because gold is weak, but that doesn't follow video game logic. It has... I mean... I don't really see the gold in it. Is it visually identical? Well, I'll buy one extra piece of Quicksilver and make the Elven Gilded armor.
I don't... blades, helmets, pretty much anything to suit
I'm
your needs.
curious. I'm concerned about how the armor looks when I play
Don't
in
forget to check in.
first person 99% of the time anyway, so I very rarely see my armor. I used it all. Silly me. I don't have the matching set perk yet, so it doesn't matter too much about what I have, but
Long life to you, thing.
I want it to activate immediately upon unlocking that perk. So I want to have a matching set if possible. And the Elven Gilded Armor will do that for me. But I need other strips and more moonstone than I have to make a shield. I'm less concerned about the shield and improving what I currently have than having the full set of armor. Alright, Elven Gilded Armor. That puts my armor rating up an extra 20
I help
points,
my blades, helmets, pretty
which
much
is going to
anything
be
to suit your needs.
very helpful to me when I am about to go fight some guys.
Until next time.
Before I return to Solitude and talk to Falk Firebeard about the next quest, I'd want to take Torig's Warhorn to the Shrine of Talos. And the Thalmor would not be very happy about that turn of events. It may or may not be that I will be accosted by some Thalmor. Who knows? Besides everyone who's played this game before. Or watched people play this game. In 2025, late 2025, there are not a lot of people discovering this game for the first time. Or at least not people who play games or watch games regularly. And if you're not a gamer, then maybe you're seeing the game for the first time right now. What the? What? A dragon just flew up out of the ground. There's a giant right there that will probably fight the dragon if I just leave them alone. I have the regular battle music rather than the dragon battle music, because the dragon is not engaged with me, he's fighting the giant. I'm very curious who's going to win this fight. They're completely focused on each other rather than me, which makes it an amusing game to witness. I'm wondering if we're going to see the giant riding on the dragon's back. Curiosity. Yeah, I'm here. Surely they've both seen me. Okay, I am actually hidden. If the dragon doesn't land, the giant can't do anything to it. But anytime the dragon's on the ground, the giant can attack it. And giants are pretty beefy and have good damage output. So depending on what level of dragon this is, the giant may or may not be able to take it. I can't see their health because I don't have a weapon out. I'm not considered to be in combat right now with them. I don't want to fire an arrow because then they might decide that I'm more interesting. I believe the giant is grounded now. It had the animation like it was wounded enough. The giant won. The dragon is dead. So I can in fact loot this dragon. The dragon's warning me to stay away. but I'm really curious how much health it has left after fighting that dragon. So I'm gonna back up a lot and save. I think at this distance with an elven bow, I think I can get it down. It feels horrible to attack this giant after it killed the dragon for me. Fat lot of gratitude I'm showing, but for a greater soul and his tail, I will do it. I'm a horrible person, I understand. Okay. So I just filled a greater soul. Got a dragon soul too. Let's take a look at that. In the shouts here, I could unlock Elemental Fury for faster weapon strikes. I could unlock Whirlwind Sprint to sprint faster. Or I could hold the dragon soul and wait for something I want more. I think I'll take that path. The fact of the matter is, main quest will get me a word of Whirlwind Sprint anyway, and automatically unlock it as well. And most shouts aren't really that effective until you have at least 2 words anyway. I mean, I would still rate the Stagger of Unrelenting Force valuable with 1 word of the shout, but really, the Stagger of 2 and 3 words is so much more. So I will hold the soul for now and wait for me to have more options on what to use it on. Oh goodness. I decided to go for that dragon, but when faced with a bear, I am going to run. If I had upgraded my armor, had the opportunity to upgrade the weapon and armor, I would probably fight the bear. But as I am right now, I am not interested in engaging with bear. It is engaging with mud crabs right now. While it's down there, I will shoot it with arrows. Unfortunately, bears in this game are pretty smart. If you're shooting them from above, they will try to find a way to get above you, or just completely hide from you if they can't. What is that? That's a deer. The cave bear is right on top of me. But Skyrim physics, he did not fall. I would have liked to have been able to get his soul, but having the bear dead without killing me, I'm going to call a win. So I pretended like I didn't know, but as soon as you place... Actually, I don't think you even have to place the horn. I think as soon as you get close enough to place the horn, some Thalmor will show up. Seems like there's a bandit that's giving them some grief. I don't think the bandit's gonna last real long, but if I can take out some Thalmor from a distance, rather than have to fight them directly, then I am all for that. So there is a conjured flame atronach at a Thalmor just this year, named Agent Lorkelin. I will just swing away. Oh yes! That is exactly what a Thalmor agent deserves. I'll hold those just as trophies of my kill. Lorkelin's orders. Agent Lorkelin. In recent weeks, 2 prisoners have confessed to worshipping at a Teller shrine in the hills above White River Gorge. This cult must not be allowed to grow any further. Find the shrine. Hunt down any heretics you find there. Take no prisoners. Ellenwyn. By her hand and seal. There's the dead Thalmor soldier. He has a full set of elven light armor. The elven light armor is typically... Oh, it's an afflicted refugee, isn't it? I thought I saw the green attack that is their signature, but I wasn't sure. Elven light armor is typically unique to Thalmor soldiers. So I will now place Tori's horn. I was courteous enough to ask, not to ask Elisif if she worships Talos. So the quest that Falk Firebeard sent me a letter regarding is not an easy quest. It requires going into the Solitude Catacombs and fighting many, many Draugr. And particularly the end of it presents some challenges. So I think it is time for me to come back to Riften and get my girl Mule. Hello, Mule.
Fine day to you, friend.
Follow
I'm right
me, I need
behind
your
you.
help.
Never seen Mule. Mule told me that it isn't this bad everywhere.
I'm itching for a fight.
One day I'll venture out and see if she's
No problem.
So when she
I can carry
rejoins
a
you,
good
if
bit
you've
of
given
gear.
her like Dwarven stuff, she won't equip it immediately. But if you take one and give it back to her, then she'll have it all equipped. She does not have
All set.
Dwarven
Let's go.
gauntlets,
If
I
your
believe,
allegiance
is the one
lies
I
with
haven't
the
been able to
Empire,
give her yet.
we haven't much to discuss.
Let me check quickly what I need to make
Stop by the temple with us.
Dwarven gauntlets.
I've really missed traveling like this. Walking the breadth of Skyrim
Dwarven gauntlets
has always
require
filled my
steel,
heart with excitement.
leather strips,
Please come, boss.
and Dwarven metal. I would go straight to the catacombs from here and not worry about making her gauntlets right now. But I want to go back to Whiterun anyway because of the unexpected dragon. I want to dump off its bones and scales in my smithing chest. Eventually I look very much forward to having dragon scale armor, but that is level 100 smithing. Daedric armor is also a lot of fun. A lesser known effect of Daedric armor is if you're wearing Daedric armor, you have a better chance of passing intimidation checks. Which, I mean, if you've seen the Dwarven armor, it makes sense why that's the case. But, I don't often go up. Typically, I've done more light armor characters than I have heavy armor characters. Heavy armor is a lot of fun. It's immensely gratifying to be wearing heavy armor and like just the biggest battle axe you can find and just running in and tearing through enemies.
Honor to you,
But that's not what I'm doing today. So I'm going to get the steel ingot, I believe it was. And just gonna grab all my leather strips and all my dwarven metal ingots. And I'm actually going to take all of Neil's armor, because I can upgrade it more than I could before, if I had tried to upgrade it before.
No problem. I can carry
And
a good bit of gear.
she doesn't really need the extra defense. I've pointed out that she is, in fact,
All
immortal.
set. Let's go.
I say immortal.
You're
The
someone who can get things done.
game term
I
is
like
essential, but I find it more fun to call her immortal. So dwarven gauntlets. I'm actually gonna grab her dwarven bow as well, real quick.
No problem. I can carry a good bit of gear. All set.
And
Let's
I'm
go.
going to come to the workbench here, and I'm going to make all of her dwarven armor superior.
Got some good pieces
And
out
I'm
here
going
if you're looking
to
buy.
ask Adrian to vacate the grindstone so I can do the same to her bow. That got me an extra smithing level.
I'm itching for a fight. No problem. I can
And
carry
now
a
I
good
will
bit
return to you a full set of superior dwarven armor and a superior dwarven bow.
All set. Let's
Now, with the output of that bow, anytime she's using archery, she will definitely be using the dwarven bow. But her two-handed skill is much higher than her archery, and Grimsever is an enchanted glass greatsword, so she's going to be using that most frequently. Which is just the way I like it. I like having a follower that will rush in and crack some skulls. So, Elven armor is the lightest armor in the game. You can see each piece of armor weighs 1 except for the cuirass, which weighs a measly 4. Once there's a perk that makes light armor weigh nothing, and once you get that, it doesn't matter that Elven is the lightest, but for now, it's nice. I do not have unlimited carry weight, though it is going up as I increase my stamina. I believe what's weighing me down now is the extra jewelry. Jewelry doesn't weigh very much, but it does weigh something. I am going to, if I can make my way up these stairs, I'm going to stash it with the rest of my jewelry in this end table until such time as I'm ready to disenchant and sell it. So now my carry weight is down at 95, which is still higher than I like, but I do know I have quite a few soul gems in here. Got a Welkin stone, which restores my magicka if I use it. Flawed Varla stones are reusable soul gems, but they can't hold the highest levels of souls. I will read Folk Fire Boots later. I can't actually get rid of it right now. I can do the museum pamphlet though, I don't have to read that. I don't have to do that quest to get it out of my inventory. There's also a quest that Bull Gear Bear Claw will give me before too much longer, but not yet. I believe. I don't know if I have to become Thane of Hafingar or if I just have to complete more quests. Fingers are a little stiff. It is currently 6 minutes past midnight, so happy December if you're in the central time zone. Which means to me the holiday season has started. I do not consider it Christmas time until December has rolled in. I will accept other people celebrating it as soon as Thanksgiving has passed, though. But to me, Thanksgiving still means something, so I feel it should be celebrated properly before we start celebrating Christmas.
Sibyl Stentor has a grasp of magical theory.
She has a grasp of magical theory that few can match. There is a vast knowledge beneath those glowing red eyes she has.
No doubt most folk in Skyrim consider the dragons terrifying. I find them wondrous.
Well, I did freak out more than I tend to like to in my streams when one came up from beneath the ground, right in front of me. But, yeah. You're all
It's a fine day with you around.
Oh, so you say. I placed a horn at the shrine.
Falk said I could count on you. You have more than earned the right to purchase property and take the next step to becoming a Thane. Speak to Falk when you have the funds, and thank you.
My Jarl, is there anything else you need?
There is room in my court for a new Thane. It's an honorary title mainly, but there are a few perks someone like you could make use of. However, I could only grant the title to someone who is known throughout my hold, and who owns at least one piece of property in my city. You help my people and purchase a house from my steward, and I'll make you my Thane.
It would be an
Good
honor.
luck to you.
So I've done enough quests in Solitude and around to already have the 5 assisted people I need. I'll grab the Stone of Baron's Eye there. So that is done, but to become Thane, I still need to purchase a house. And the Proudspire Manor, the house in Solitude, costs 25,000 gold just to get it, not even counting the furnishings. And I'm a little under 14,000. So I cannot do that now. But I do have the plantation earning me gold. I started doing smithing, and I have I can do alchemy and sell those potions. I have ways that I can make gold right now. I'm actually going to turn that back on because that will tell me where Falk is. He actually is out here.
The courier must have found you.
You sent me a message about Wolf Skull Cave?
Yes, old friend. I'm afraid it's not good news. When you broke up the binding, Potema escaped. We've encountered some of her minions. Steer says she's still in spirit form, or we'd all be dead already. You've already done us a service in stopping the binding, but I need you to go talk to him, to see if Steer can tell us what to do next.
Who is Steer?
He's Solitude's priest of Arcade. He's the one who figured out Potema was still around. He'll help as much as he can.
Why me?
I'm not really sure. Steer thinks you have some sort of link to Potema. I trust his judgment on this. As a priest of Arcade, he's had to deal with necromancy before. Nothing as dangerous
Potema
as
was a
Potema.
septum. I'm a dragonborn, so a link would make sense. I'll talk to Steer. We'll figure something out.
I wish you well, friend. Be careful.
The Wolf Queen awakened. Speak to Steer. So you may recall, if you've been watching several episodes ago, I did a quest to return the Priestess of Arcade's Dagger of Riften, Alessandra, to the Priest of Arcane Whiterun, Anders, and she gave me a adept level restoration spell. And I saved and reloaded until she gave me closed wounds. There was one specific one that I said I found unacceptable to receive from her, and this right here is why.
What can I... You must be the one Falk spoke so highly of. Welcome.
Falk sent me to talk to you about Potema.
Ah, Potema. Former Queen of Solitude, and one of the most dangerous necromancers in recorded history. She was responsible for the Empire's near collapse almost 500 years ago. I believe I have a book about her.
And now that Potema has returned?
Summoned in spirit form is not raised from the dead. She'll need help before she can return to the living. For the moment, the Wolf Queen has retreated to a place filled with dead, eager to serve her. She has gone to her old catacombs. A few days ago, one of her servants busted through a wall into the Temple of Divines. We'll need you to go into the catacombs themselves.
Wait, you want me to go do this alone?
Yes,
except for Mio.
I had Falk call you back because you were at the summoning. You have a connection to Potema now. You must deal with her. I can provide you with help for her minions, though. This should help you deal with the catacombs themselves.
And he will give you turn undead.
Find what's left of her body, likely a skeleton.
He will always give you turn undead, which is why I didn't want that from Alessandra.
You know what needs to be done.
What do I need to know about Potema?
A curious figure. Unrepentantly evil and nasty, of course, but also astonishingly brilliant, and obviously quite a necromancer at her end. She was always so close to being Empress, but despite her machinations, it was never to be hers. Ironically, if she were alive today, she'd be the only living member of the Septim bloodline. By all rights, she would now be Empress.
I don't know if that's exactly true, because at the end of Oblivion, the Amulet of Kings was destroyed, which means that the whole lighting of the dragon fires that was necessary for the previous septums to become Emperor or Empress, that whole thing can't happen anymore. The Amulet of Kings was a necessary part of that ceremony, and with it being destroyed, I believe that effectively ended the Septim dynasty. So I think even if she were, I mean, she would obviously try to become Empress, but I believe Titus Mead II would still be Emperor, were she to return. But maybe I'm mistaken. So he gave me the key that unlocks the catacombs here. And I can go into Potema's catacombs. This will probably be the last quest I do tonight. It's nice to get a little bit more of the Solitude questing done. There are still quite a few quests out of Solitude left for me to do. I will go in with Soul Trap and my fancy new elven sword at the ready. And hopefully get some soul gems filled.
You should have seen me at the height of my adventuring career.
Not now, Mule. I'm about to hear voices in my head.
But that's what it was all about.
You've arrived at last. The hero who prevented me from being bound returns to my fold. I have much to thank you for, little one. When you die, I will raise you, and you can take your place by my side. You'll serve me soon enough.
And the bars will lower, allowing me to proceed. There are lots of barrels down here. We can check them for their food. and or ingredients. I mean lots of barrels. There's also a good amount of hanging moss down here. They can be used for a number of high value potions. So I like to make sure I pick up a good amount of it while I'm here.
What was that?
There will be vampires and Draugr in here. There's a chest here with a nice amount of gold. The vampire mistwalker is actually in the next room after this one. But they have good hearing, so since I didn't bother to sneak or use muffle, she heard me well ahead of time. So, there are enemies behind me, but Mule is also behind me. Keeping them off of me while I check these barrels. That Draugr is already dead. And here's the vampire. I've got nothing on Buffy, but we can kill this vampire at least. You know, there's probably a mod that adds Buffy as a companion in the game. That would be interesting. Talking about my favorite show now. Yeah, so I don't have any black soul gems. And while vampires are not, living people, they are still humanoid, so they feel black souls. Not any of the souls of lesser creatures. I'm gonna get plenty of conjuration levels here by trying to use it on as many of the Draugr as I can. I don't know how I forgot about that plate. I knew it was there. There's a steel sword there. But it's not helpful to me. I don't know how to mute my microphone. I'll at least use my hand to cover some of the sound. I know that there's a button somewhere on my headset that mutes the microphone, but I do not remember where it is. So this Draugr will wake up, but I'll kill it quickly. Kill the petty soul. If you were not here for the first episode when I discussed what mods I use, I do have one that makes it so that I will not have a soul capture that results in a loss. So I can't, for example, capture petty souls and lesser soul gems. I'm generally pretty good about not casting soul trap on things that would do that, but I do also enjoy enchanting weapons for soul trap, and of course when I do that it's a lot harder to carefully curate what souls I capture, which makes that mod very useful to have. She hasn't noticed me yet, so I'll pull out my bow and get some hits on the blooded vampire. I'd rather not acquire a Sanguinier Vampirus. I do have 50% disease resistance as a Balismer, but that doesn't mean I'm immune to contracting vampirism. This means a little less likely to occur. I'll return to sneaking. I'm trying to be a little more proactive with the combat in this area, but that doesn't mean I'm gonna not sneak at all. Just means I'm gonna sneak a little bit less. I'm more interested in getting the petty souls right now, because as I level up, the enemies I'm encountering in dungeons will become stronger, meaning they'll fill larger souls. So get the petty souls filled now while I'm still finding regular level Draugr. Though there will always be places I can go to farm petty souls. So it's not that big of a deal. There's a pressure plate right there. I will go around it. Neil will probably walk right over it. Let's see. Nope, she avoided it too. Sometimes if you avoid a trap, your followers will too. Like if you walk around it, they will somehow figure out that they should be walking around it too. I'll trap this guy. And there's another one. He was already dead anyway. Neil took him out right quick. A dead Draugr hanging there. There's a pair of gauntlets on top of a trap trigger chest. It's just a novice trap, so easy to pick. I will take that torch. Okay, so this lever,
You should have seen me at the height of my adventuring
wall
career.
will rotate
I was
until I stop it.
and took too many risks.
At some
But
point
that's
the
what it
grate
was
on
all
the other
about.
side will open. I'm going to take that garlic and the thistle branch if I can find it. But not the frostbite venom. There's an alchemy lab right here if you have ingredients you want to experiment with. There's hanging moss, snowberries, thistle branch, vampire dust. Should have a number of ingredients if you've been looking around that you can try and experiment. Excuse me. Try and experiment with. There's another Draugr there that hasn't seen me yet. It's a white, so a lesser soul. Let's see if I can aim a soul trap around her before she kills it. I can't really get past her, even with sprinting. I can't really get past her right now. Okay. Now she killed it once I got my bow back out. Yo, I need you to move. Thank you. We know there's a vampire not too far away because we saw its dialogue pop up on the screen. There's a vampire over in this room, I know for sure.
There's something out there.
Aha! 6 times damage. I don't have a perk that lets me decapitate things yet, which is extra fun when you're fighting vampires. The decapitation just feels right. There's a lever behind this coffin that will open this wall. And going back here, I will see urns and burial urns. Something in this one. I can take the gems. That burial urn has a potion of healing. Can't take that. Can't take the gold. I did put a couple perks into alchemy, so I should probably spend some time making at least healing potions, if not more, after this dungeon. So there are 3 rotating walls here. The first level will stop the closest one, and so on.
I've seen enough death to last 3 lifetimes.
That
Yet
other
I
one
never
on the
tire of a
far
good
side
fight.
just went past
What do you
where it
make of that?
locks, so I will get it rotating back this way, and I can proceed through. There is in here some soul gems that will be shooting at you, so if you want to put up a ward, you can block those. Doesn't do all that much damage anyway, but it's nice to actually have a situation where you can use your ward. I feel like in the heat of the moment against mages, it's easy to forget that you have your ward spells, but when you're being shot at by soul gems, it's nice. If I hadn't been so busy fighting the Draugr White Lord and Soldier's Sinkhole, that would be another good place to use a ward. But he's so much more dangerous than the fireballs that it just doesn't make sense. So through this door, there's vampires and high-level Draugr. There are 3 ways to clear this room. You can kill the vampire, and probably the Draugr too, loot the key from the vampire, and use it to proceed through the room. You can run past the Draugr and the vampire and pick up a key that is on a chair behind them. Or if you're feeling real skillful, it is a master level lock on the door. You can just pick it. Now, I have Mule with me. I'm just going to fight them no matter what I do. So I will kill them. But you can decide for yourself, if you're playing, what works best for you. It doesn't matter what level your sneak is, the vampire will talk to you.
I can see to that. We'll need plenty of fresh corpses to rebuild the army, you see.
So I'll kill the vampire first. It is a Draugr Deathlord. I have never seen it be less than a Deathlord.
This is your last mistake.
I will go around and kill the vampire. Her handle the Deathlord, and I'll make sure the vampire is dead. Obviously, a high level Draugr, I'm gonna want to soul trap that. Oh, the vampire was still alive. I guess he was just crouched. So he has a Potemo Sanctum key on him. And what arrows I shot into him. There's Deathlord. If I were looting and selling things, the Deathlord starting carrying ebony weapons is a lot of money you get after looting a place. So she had the key. You can see there's a key on the throne there. And the door was actually unlocked by one of them at some point. But that's supposed to be a master level lock. I will drop a hard save before going through this door. Just because I've been using quick saves for a while. And I want to have one that's a little more safe. So I'm going to open Potemo Sanctum. Sanctum is such a dirty sounding word. But it's not a dirty wood. I will pull back out the bow. There's a vampire in here that I want to use it on. Oh, she's over there. A vampire mistwalker. Mule.
Watch it.
No, it's really not Skyrim if you're, unless your followers walk in front of you and get hit. Mule's using her bow right now, which is causing me to take a lot of damage, but she's not tanking from me. There's also a Draugr in here. She's not dead yet, Mule. I'm dead. Well, Mule survived the fight. This is why you save the game. And of course it wouldn't be a night of me streaming this game if I didn't die at least once. I made it so far.
What was that?
She heard something early this time.
I thought I heard something.
This time I will shoot her with arrows until Mule goes around and starts fighting. And I make sure that she's dead. I'll pop a quick save because there's not a Draugr that's going to be able to take out both Mule and I if we're fighting it 2-on-1. It's also possible that she revived this Draugr. It might have been a revived
You should
one.
have seen me at the height of my adventuring career. I was fearless and
This Draugr is just sitting here,
but
not
that's what it was all
suspicious at all. Because it's sitting there, I can do a quick soul trap and some damage on it before it even starts fighting back. There are a couple skeletons here, but skeletons are not terribly dangerous. That was a restless Draugr, so a little more menacing than a skeleton, but not too bad. Okay, there's going to be some fighting in this room, right up here. I'm gonna wait an hour and do an oak flesh.
Not much further. Come.
So there are many bodies in this room.
strike you, or else you may get infected with their blood poisoning.
You can obviously see who's getting revived quickly, but you can't kill them right away. You have to wait for them to be revived. So there's a lot of bodies in this room. You can sift through them and try and find, you know, gold or other things you want to sell. I really don't think it's worth it, especially considering my restrictions on what I'm allowed to take and not. I will actually take the Brawler's Steel Gauntlets, because I haven't killed Beyond the Fist yet, so I haven't gotten that. I picked up something I shouldn't have. Put that back down. What was it that I picked up? Potion. I think it was a potion. Yes. Okay, one more room. And this is the room that this room is the main reason I brought Mule, even though she's been terribly helpful. So in here, there will be energy shooting around from that spectral form.
You've come far, mortal.
But they have a
But can
spectral
you
form.
stand against my inner council? Let's see.
And it does quite a bit of damage. If you stay in the entrance here, or even outside of it, then you don't have to worry about the energy killing you. That's not 100% foolproof. Kill that Charger's Scourge. Get rid of his Frost Action Lock as well. Kill the Restless Draugr. There are going to be many Draugr. And they're getting revived bit by bit inside this room. I wanted to stay outside the room and pick them off, but that's not Mule's style. She's gonna run in there. I want to avoid the shocks because they do a lot of damage. And as it's shock magic, technically, oh my lord. As it's technically shock magic, it drains my magicka as well. So, it makes it difficult for me to then heal that damage off. I'm just gonna fire an arrow in there. That will get the enemies back on my radar. I'll stand behind that. Let's see where any of the enemies are. I see one over there. But he started moving.
Don't applaud yourself too soon, worm.
So when she says that, it means she's reviving more of them. Including potentially some you already killed. Like this Restless Draugr.
Rip the eyes from his head.
I don't think these ones are supposed to revive. At least not multiple times. And definitely not summon another Achinach. This is not standard behavior. But now that she's drawn their aggro, I will kill them all. I guess Patema is a strong enough necromancer that her revived enemies do not turn to ash. But they're really not supposed to come back over and over again. So there's at least one more enemy in there, and I believe that's a higher level Draugr. There's at least two more in there. I saw it briefly. I saw it hold its weapon above its head and wave it. And there's the Draugr Deathlord that I'm most concerned about. He just used disarm. Did that make me old drop Grimsever? Oh god. Hello, Blue Cheese. My night has gotten a little bit more perilous since I got to this room. It was going pretty well until I got
far,
here.
mortal. But can you stand against my inner council? Let's see.
This room and all of Patamo's undead are no joke. Especially since Viola's not really helping me. She's more running in front of me and getting in my way. I wanted to kill the other Draugr. This is the first part of the room. Honestly, I find the lightning of this first room more challenging than any part of the second. Okay, so that at least kills the Scourge once. I can't keep his weapon, but in case she revives him again, I'm going to take it away and drop it in here. Yes, I have some potions, but one of the rules I've imposed on myself for this playthrough is I can only use potions I crafted myself. So, despite the number of healing potions I could have picked up on the way here, I have only a few small level healing potions that I brought with me. I know there are more Draugr in here. I'm gonna fire an arrow to bring the red dot back.
Don't applaud yourself too soon, worm.
Okay, so that's one more Draugr down, so I'm at least going to get the second set awake, including the Deathlord that killed me last time. It's always nice when the archery finishers actually do finish your opponent rather than, you know, some undetermined amount away from them. We've all had that archery finisher where you think you're gonna kill the enemy and it's just nowhere near them. So she's pulled out her bow, the dwarven bow I gave her, and she's aiming it in random directions. And as far as I can tell,
Rip the eyes from his head.
okay, so now some of the Draugr are reviving, including the Scourge whose weapon I decided to take earlier. So it looks like that was a wise decision. Though the Frost Atronach is behind me right now. Yes, the Deathlord is awake. I don't like to kill the Frost Atronach, I just like to kill the Scourge that summoned it. But it's kind of blocking my path here. I think Mule is down right now. And I got disarmed. So I do not have my sword for now. So the only way I have to defend myself right now is spells and my bow. And that Death Lord almost killed me. This is a level up situation, I believe. I'm not sure where exactly right now my sword is. And Mule is basically out of health. He tried to disarm me again. I'm just gonna run. And hope that Mule gets enough health back that she can help me soon. And I just hope that my sword did it. We're about to find out if they can, yes, my sword is over there. At least the rest is stronger if no one else can follow me through the door. Someone in the last stream was telling me they don't like it when enemies can't follow you. Oh, that's Mule. I thought another enemy had come. Hey, Mage Light. That's a nice spell to have. So at this point, I'm basically hoping that my sword did not glitch through the floor when I dropped it. Because I've had that happen to swords, bows, the Nightingale bow once. Which is a little more frustrating when it happens to a unique item. I feel like those shouldn't even be able to be disarmed in the first place, but no, it happens. That's just, now, one of the things you deal with when you play this game. There's gonna be things that, some things are going to suck. I'd feel much better about looking for my sword once the Death Lord is dead and I don't have to deal with the electricity anymore. I'm not even sure where the Death Lord is right now. It is over this way. There you are. I need to heal myself. I'm counting on you, Mule. You're between me and the Death Lord right now. Obviously, I want to soul trap the Death Lord, but
It's nothing.
keeping myself alive is more important than soul trapping an enemy. I was gonna switch my sword, I don't have it back yet. Alright, with that Death Lord done, the quest updates to retrieving Katamo's remains, and I believe my sword was near this door.
Dangers about, I can tell. Be cautious.
There's the entrance to the room. I mean, I can finish the dungeon with my bow and then craft another elven sword. But, I don't know. Kind of want the ones that I brought into the room. Steel arrows were being fired by me, so I can pick those back up. There it is. There's my elven sword. Okay, so I was able to get it back. I'll refavored it because if a weapon is disarmed, You. Fatema's remains are in this room. I don't know that I've ever had her leave the next room. I mean, sure, there's nothing stopping her from doing so, but I just don't think I've seen that particular behavior before. She's using shock magic on me, which is preventing me from healing. Okay, Negactoplasm. And now that she's dead, I can come in here and grab the skull. Boss chest here. I do not have absorb health yet, so I can take that. That's a skill book. I'm not sure if I have fortify stamina, so I'll grab that. And I can open this iron door. There are a couple more Draugr I can fight. I don't have to fight them, but I can and I will. They'll be woken up by you grabbing whatever is there. This one looks stronger to me, so I'll hit him first. I have beaten the game, yes. I have completed the main storyline, every faction quest line, every side quest I've been able to find, and hundreds upon hundreds of miscellaneous quests. I don't know that I can say I've 100% of the game, but I have yet to find something that I have not done before. Across looking at the unofficial Elder Scrolls pages or the wiki fandom or other playthroughs on YouTube, I cannot find anything I haven't done at least once. And that includes things that were added back in through the cutting room floor mod. That includes Dawnguard, Hearthfire, and Dragonborn. That includes all the Anniversary Edition content. I have played this game a lot. I'm going to drop an extra hard save once this screen loads, because I have had this quest bug out on me before, where I return to try and complete it and something breaks. Again, I don't know if I have Fortify Restoration. So I will fast travel back to the Blue Palace. And I think I'll give the remains to Steer first. I think that has a slightly lower percentage chance of the quest bugging. I can't say that for certain, but I think so. Love or hate the unofficial patch and its author, I still feel like it does a pretty good job of fixing most of the game's bugs. It changes things it shouldn't, but I'm willing to accept those changes for less bugs.
You've returned. I'm hoping successfully.
I ignored this before. How long have you attended the Hall of the Dead?
All my life. I practically grew up in the hall. My father and mother were the priest and priestess of Arcade before me, you see. I believe I was put here to protect this place from the darkness that pervades Solitude.
What darkness pervades Solitude?
This city has a long history of madness and murder. The Wolf Queen, Pelagius, the death of High King Torg, and now public executions. My books tell the stories, I've no doubt. As pretty as its streets are, as jovial as the bards may be, darkness is drawn to Solitude.
Is the man who was executed buried here?
You mean Rogvir? Yes, I made an appeal to Captain Aldous. He allowed Rogvir to have a proper Nord burial, as is the custom in Solitude.
But I already took his amulet and completed that quest, so... I have Patema's remains.
Excellent. These things do have a way of working out when people take action. I'll sanctify the remains. In case Falk doesn't make it clear, Solitude owes you a debt of gratitude.
And in addition to you thinking that it leads to fewer bugs, it just feels right to me, in a sense, to get the remains to the priest immediately so he can begin sanctifying them. I feel like, you know, fixing the problem is a more pressing need than returning to Falk and getting my reward.
What's the hurry?
It's a hurry because I've been streaming for 2 hours and 40 minutes and I want to go to bed soon. Once I complete this quest and read my customary end of stream book. So, what up, Falk?
May the gods watch over your battles, friend.
I've taken care of Patema.
You've done a great thing today. It doesn't matter who you support in the war. Patema would have been a blight on the land for both sides. Without you, this would have been a disaster. I should have paid more heed to Varnius's warnings. I won't make that mistake again. Take this payment. The Jarl would thank you, but she very much wants to keep Patema's return quiet. Make no mistake, we consider you a protector of Solitude.
The bodies left in the wake of the Civil War would have been a dream for a necromancer like Patema. So we get the Shield of Solitude, which is a pretty nice shield. It increases your magic resistance by 15% and allows you to block 20% more damage with your shield. You cannot disenchant it and get both those effects in one enchantment. But
My father wanted me to follow in his footsteps as a hunter, but I set my
so I did
aspirations a
not
bit
have
higher.
absorb
Never
health.
complained.
Oh, I can disenchant the
I
Shield of
missed
Solitude. Huh. Well, I'll save before I do that though. So absorb health, fortify unarmed, fortify stamina, fortify destruction and magicka regen. I already had restoration and the conjuration. I'm going to drop a quick save here and see what I get if I disenchant the Shield of Solitude. It is the resist magic enchantment that I get from it. I wonder if I have fortified magic, if it then moves to the next line of text and gives me fortified block. That would be an interesting test to run. Unless I already have fortified block. Do I? I do not. So I'll try and remember that for when I get resist magic. And try and run a test on that. I'm going to now return to Whiterun, drop off my loot, have a seat by the fire, and read the Arcturian Heresy, which is the book I chose for this stream. And hopefully, in the next couple days, I'll get my new computer set up, and next time I stream, it will be higher quality and now just not as much of a hassle to get started. Higher specs in every respect. A new computer compared to the 10-year-old stalwarts that I'm streaming on right now. It held out for a long time, but it's time to move upwards. As before, as I enter Whiterun, I'll go over to my barrel here. It still has not reset its inventory, but I cannot sell that or use them. I believe everything else I've got on me is allowed in one way or another. I decided I am allowed to pick up filled soul gems. I do not have to restrict myself to empty ones and fill them all myself. So I'll put away my gems and my ingots and my smithing chest here. I will come back into this room.
What do you need, my thing?
And put away my ingredients. I'll hold on to the frost salts and try and remember to go to Kyne's Grove next time. I don't have any skill books on me, right? I do have Legend of Crately House. The skill books that I've avoided reading. No, these are the ones that I've read. The ones that I've avoided reading are on this shelf. So since I got that directly from a chest, I did not have to read it. And filled soul gems go on this end of the table. I filled quite a few during that quest.
Hold there. It's exhilarating.
Feels good.
Perhaps it's
and the letter from Falkfire Beard, I completed that quest, so I completed the way now. Let me just do one more look through my inventory. I know I have food. And my steel sword, which I will sell at my earliest convenience. I do have a shield to put away as well.
blood, but there's something
So some
about
food
it that
and a
makes me
shield to
feel
put away.
alive.
And then a sword to sell at the start of the next stream.
I am your sword and your
So I already have some things lined up to do to start the next stream, so we won't have a period of being directionless at the beginning. So that's going to conclude tonight's stream. I'm going to read the Arcturian Heresy and cut it there. If you joined me at any point, whether you chatted or lurked, thank you very much for coming. If you're watching this on the YouTube archive, I hope you enjoyed the video. And whether it is a morning, afternoon, or evening, I hope it is a good whatever time it is where you are right now. And have a good night. The Arcturian Heresy by the Underking Ysmir Kingmaker. With his god destroyed, Wolfhearth finds it hard to keep his form. He staggers out of Red Mountain to the battlefield beyond. The world has shaken and all of Morrowind is made of fire. A strong gale picks up and blows his ashes back to Skyrim. Wolfhearth adopts and is adopted by the Nords then. Ysmir, the Grey Wind, the Storm of Kyne. But through Lorkhan he lost his national identity. All he wants the Nords for is to kill the Tribunal. He raises a storm, sends in his people, and is driven back by tribunal forces. The Dunmer are too strong now. Wolfhearth goes underground to wait and strengthen and reform his body anew. Oddly enough, it is Almalexia who disturbs his rest, summoning the Underking to fight alongside the tribunal against Adasum Der Kamal, the Akaviri demon. Wolfhearth disappears after Adasum is defeated, and does not return for 300 years. It is the rumbling of the Greybeards that wake him. Though the Empire has crumbled, there are rumors that the Chosen One will come to restore it. This new Emperor will defeat the Elves and rule a united Tamriel. Naturally, Wolfhearth thinks he is the figure of prophecy. He goes directly to High Hrothgar to hear the Greybeards speak. When they do, Ysmir is blasted to ash again. He is not the Chosen One. It is a warrior youth from High Rock. As the Grey Wind goes to find this boy, he hears the Greybeard's warning. Remember the color of betrayal. King Wolfhearth, the Western Reach was at war. Culican, the king of Falkreath in West Cyrodiil, was in a bad situation. To make any bid at unifying the Colovian estates, he needed to secure his northern border, where the Nords and Reachmen had been fighting for centuries. He allies with Skyrim at the Battle of Old Hroldan. Leading his forces was Hjalti Earlybeard. Hjalti was from the island kingdom of Alcair in High Rock, and would become Tiber Septim, the first emperor of Tamriel. Hjalti was a shrewd tactician, and his small band of Colovian troops and Nord berserkers broke the Reachman line, forcing them back beyond the gates of Old Hroldan. A siege seemed impossible, as Hjalti could expect no reinforcements from Falkreath. That night a storm came and visited Hjalti's camp. It spoke with him in his tent. At dawn, Hjalti went up to the gates, and the storm followed just above his head. Arrows could not penetrate the winds around him. He shouted down the walls of Old Hroldan, and his men poured in. After the victory, the Nords called Hjalti Talos, or Storm Crown. Culican, with his new invincible general, unifies West Cyrodiil in under a year. No one can stand before Hjalti's storms. The Underking knows that it is Hjalti is become Emperor of Tamriel. He must first capture the eastern heartland. Hjalti uses them both. He needs Culican and the Colovian estates, where foreigners are mistrusted. It is obvious why he needs Ysmir. They march on the east. The battle mages surrender before their armies, and they take the citadel. Before Culican can be crowned, Hjalti secretly murders him and his loyalist contingent. These assassinations are blamed on enemies of Culican, which, for political reasons, are still the Western Reach. Zurin Arctis, the Grand Battle Mage, not the Underking, then crowns Hjalti as Tiber Septim, new Emperor of all Cyrodiil. After he captures the Imperial throne, Septim finds the initial administration of a fully united Cyrodiil a time-consuming task. He sends the Underking to deal with Imperial expansion into Skyrim and Hadrock. Ysmir, mindful that it might seem as if Tiber Septim is in two places at once, works behind the scenes. This period of level-headed statesmanship and diplomacy, this sudden silence, heretofore unknown in the roaring tales of Telosian conquest, are explained away later. The assassination story is embroidered. Now it is popularly Talos' own throat that was cut. The human kingdoms are conquered, even Hammerfell, whose capture was figured to be an arduous task. The Underking wants a complete invasion, a chance to battle their foreign wind spirits himself, but Tiber Septim refutes him. He has already made a better plan, one that will seem to legitimize his rule. Cyrodiil supports the losing side of a civil war and are invited in. Finally, the Empire can turn its eyes onto the Elves. The Underking continues to press on Tiber Septim the need to conquer Morrowind. The Emperor is not sure that it is a wise idea. He has heard of the Tribunal's power. The Underking wants his vengeance, and reminds Tiber Septim that he is fated to conquer the Elves, even the Tribunal. Arctis advises against the move, but Septim covets the ebony in Morrowind, as he sorely needs a source of capital to rebuild Cyrodiil after 400 years of war. The Underking tells him that, with the Tribunal dead, Septim might steal the Tribunal's power and use it against the High Elves, certainly the oldest enemies of Lorkhan, predating even the Tribunal. Somerset Isle is the farthest thing from Tiber Septim's mind. Even then, he was planning to send Zirin Arctus to the King of Alinor to make peace. The Ebony Need wins out in the end. The Empire invades Morrowind, and the Tribunal give up. When certain conditions of the armistice include not only a policy of non-interference with the Tribunal, but also, in the Underking's eyes, a validation of their religious beliefs, Ysmir is furious. He abandons the Empire completely. This was the betrayal the Greybeards spoke of, or so he thinks. Without the Underking's power, all ideas of conquering Tamriel vanish. Would have been nice, Septim thinks, but let's just worry about Cyrodiil and the human nations. Already there is a rebellion in Hammerfell. Pieces of Numidium trickle in, though. Tiber Septim, always fascinated by the dwarves, has Zirin Arctus research this grand artifact. In doing so, Arctus stumbles upon some of the stories of the war at Red Mountain. He discovers the reason the Numidium was made and some of its potential. Most importantly, he learns the Underking's place in the war, but Zirin Arctus was working from incomplete plans. He thinks it is the heart of Lorkhan's body that is needed to power the Numidium. While Zirin Arctus is raving about his discovery, the prophecy finally becomes clear to Tiber Septim. This Numidium is what he needs to conquer the world. It is his destiny to have it. He contacts the Underking and says he was right all along. They should kill the Tribunal, and they need to get together and make a plan. While the Underking was away, he realized the true danger of Dagoth-Ur. Something must be done, but he needs an army, and his old one is available again. The trap is set. The Underking arrives and is ambushed by Imperial guards. As he takes them on, Zirin Arctus uses a soul gem on him. With his last breath, the Underking's heart roars a hole through the Battle Mage's chest. In the end, everyone is dead. The Underking has reverted back to ash, and Tiber Septim strolls in to take the soul gem. When the Elder Council arrives, he tells them about the second attempt on his life, this time by his trusted battle mage Zirin Arctus, who was attempting a coup. He has the dead guards celebrated as heroes, even the one who was blasted to ash. He warns Cyrodiil about the dangers within, but says he has a solution to the dangers without: the Mantella. The Numidium, while not the god Tiber Septim and the Dwemer hoped for, the Underking was not exactly Lorkhan after all. It does the job. After its work on Somerset Isles, a new threat appears. A rotting undead wizard who controls the skies. He blows the Numidium apart, but it pounds him into the ground with its last fillings, leaving only a black splotch. The Mantella falls into the sea, seemingly forever. Meanwhile, Tiber Septim crowns himself the first emperor of Tamriel. He lives until he is 108, the richest man in history. All aspects of his early reign are rewritten. Still, there are conflicting reports of what really happened, and this is why there is such confusion over such questions as: why does Alcair claim to be the birthplace of Talos, while other sources say he came from Atmora? Why does Tiber Septim seem to be a different person after his first roaring conquests? Why does Tiber Septim betray his battle mage? Is Mantella the heart of the battle mage, or is it the heart of Tiber Septim? Tiber Septim is succeeded by his grandson, Pelagius I. Pelagius is just not of the same caliber. In truth, he's a little nervous with all these provinces. Then an advisor shows up. I was friends with your grandfather, the Underking says. He sent me to help you run the Empire.